peloton, but that does not by any means indicate just because we're only calling up a few, the rest of the riders don't deserve recognition. Quite frankly, this field is so stacked today that we could not possibly accommodate all of our top riders. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's call up our first riders in today's men's Old Pueblo Grand Prix. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our 2006 to 2011 and your current World Deaf Cycling Championship member from Tucson, Arizona, Nick Schreiber. Where's Nick? Nick is wrestling his way up there. Here comes Nick. We think, maybe, sort of. There he goes. He's wrestling. We can feel him coming. Nope. All right, well, he'll be up here in a second. All right, ladies and gentlemen, our next call up. He's a national track champion. There he is. He's a national track champion and Florida State Crit champion. Racing for D3 Devo, presented by Airgas, Lucas Wardine. All right, Lucas should be, nope, that's not Lucas. These guys are a little rusty right now because normally we'd be just like bang, 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 knocking them out. There's Lucas. All right, without further ado, our next call up hails out of Cuba, former NRC National one of the most prolific racers in USA cycling history. You know him because he lives here in Arizona. A big round of applause for Gord Fraser! A celebrated U.S. sprinter. We would consider him an elder statesman in the sport, but today he's here to prove it with the rest of his Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies team that they are to be reckoned with in 2013. Racing for Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies, Alex. Oh. This guy was third overall last year in the USA Crits. Second, Pan American Championships. He races for Predator. A warm welcome for Trinidad and Tobago's Emil Abraham.
That is your Prix bell, and you're one to go. Riders out of contention will be pulled at our discretion. The mayor will give the command. The start will be on the whistle. Good luck, and welcome to Tucson.
Hang on, guys. The mayor is going to start the race. Let's get this music just up a little bit. Hey, Tucson, are you ready? Great, Mayor. Let's get this party started.
All right, you guys know how to do this. Riders, ready, go.
Yeah, yeah. Get it started, get it started. The 2012 is now in the past, and your champion was Luke Keogh from United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team. Who is going to be your 2013 champion? It starts here, Tucson, for the Tucson Medical Center Optum Men's Pro Race. Chad Andrews here, Tom is here. We've got thousands of you guys here watching. And of course, we've got the Smart Stop transition stream all fired up. I want to thank our great friends at Smart Stop for covering and providing us the ability to be able to stream this race live. The 2013 race season is now on. Tom is up here diligently rifling through the start list. Ladies and gentlemen, I hold, and look at this. This first lap is going to be nasty. Watch, it will be single. Look at that long serpentine look to the peloton as they come to the home stretch. Somebody's sure to attack down the home. And as they roll through, and it looks like it's Demi Salimon. It was hard to see the number. No, my apologies. That was Guido Palma. Guido Palma. And the Jameis Hagen's Bourbon team is loaded with Argentinians, and boy, can they go. Man, oh man. So you've got the former NRC champion in Luis Samaran. You've got Guido Palma. And we're going to do I think we're going to have to do a preem on the next lap. Why not? Officials, we're going to do a preem on the next lap. We're going to do a $18 gajillion preem. No, actually, it's going to be how much, Ravi? $100. A $100 preem is going to be on the next lap. Compliments of our great friends at Optum. Oh, I lied. $200 preem. Why not? We tell you what, Optum is really throwing it down. Watch this. This race is going to be so fast, Tom and I could put our mics down and just let the first 10 laps roll by. $200 preem. $200 preem. $200 cash preem from Optum.
Ray Alexander on the front right now. He wears number 73. Alexander is a rider for the ISCOR Racing Intelligence Coffee team. He is a Category 2 ride. No, that's not correct. I correct myself. He is actually Ray Alexander on the front of the race right now as a Category 1 rider for ICOR Racing Intelligentsia.
Hey, Tom, real quick. This is a drawing for the Sabina Cycles gift pack. 581621. 581621. Come to the back of the stage and we'll be happy to take care of you. 581621 for the Sabino gift pack. Thanks a lot for the folks at Sabino.
Get your raffle tickets out. If you've got 581621, you're a winner. One rider has gone clear off the front of the race, and they are out of turn number 4 right now, coming up toward the start-finish venue. Remember that we are on a preem lap, so the first rider across the line will be our preem winner. It is rider number 73 across the line, first time through. That is, of course, Alexander Ray.
You know what's interesting, Tom? It's to see one of the best sprinters in the field go up the road to him in Emil Abraham. You never really hear a sprinter spend his bullets before he needs to, which is really interesting.
It is interesting.
All right, is this Sabino? All right, we're going to do 581423. 581423. That's the raffle for the Sabino Cycles. We're multitasking here. We're doing it all.
Long single file line on the backside of the course indicating the riders are at maximum speed right now. As we go down to turn number 4, we'll be seeing our lead motorcycle out of turn number 4 here in just a second. There he is.
And Tom, remember, if we call out your raffle ticket, you need to come to the back of the stage and let us know, because we're going to keep rolling through these.
One rider clear off the front right now. There's a gap of about 3 seconds to the main field. One rider remains off the front.
All right, guys, we are going to do a USA Crits points preem. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Points preem, 5 places deep. Points preem, 5 places deep. Points preem, 5 places deep. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points.
23-year-old rider Alexander Ray has been off the front now for 3 laps. He is in an excellent tactical position right now. If he comes through start-finish on the front of the race next time through, he will pick up the lion's share of points in that strategically important points preem.
All right, so ticket number 581616. 581616 for the Sabina Cycles preem. 58616. No, 581616.
581616. Chad, those lenses are killer. I notice they're totally clear now.
My transitions.
The race is all over the road now. One rider going to the inside of the course, riders then going back to the outside of the course with attacks coming on both sides of the road. The man on the front right now is rider number 68. This is Guido Palma of the Jameis Hagens Berman powered by Sutter Homes team.
Yeah, Guido has always been super active, and today expect him to be no different. So Guido Palma on the attack for Jameis Hagens Berman. Hey, and this is for our 2-night stay in Rocky Point, 581609 from
Man,
Arizona Paint Center. 581609. There you go, Susan. So come to the back of stage. We'll give you about a minute. It's a 2-night stay at Rocky Point. Come on.
Guido Palma still off the front of the backside of the course. 2 riders chasing individual in the main field at 5 seconds.
Here's an interesting fact right now, ladies and gentlemen. Lucas Wardine, we called him up earlier. He's going into the pits because he must have had a crash or something. So he's coming to the pits, and he's going to get pushed back in with no penalty. No penalty whatsoever. So he's going to get what we call a free lap. So Lucas is good. Nope, it looks like he's going to have to take another one. Or he's going to get that front wheel tucked up. Now he's in, and there goes Lucas. He's getting ready to get pushed in. And right about, this is the trickiest thing about getting pushed back in at 40 miles an hour. There goes Lucas on his bike back in the race. And this thing, Tom, is lit up right now. This thing is super fast for March. Ouch.
The gaps are starting to form at the back of the group right now as riders are fighting to stay in contact. Travis McCabe, number 56 from Elbows, powered by Bone Shaker, was the man on the front. He is a Category 1 elite level amateur rider. As the field came all back together, he moved up to the front and took command of the race. On the backside of the course right now, we expect to see that there may be some attacks on the front. And in fact, there have been 4 riders gone clear on the backside of the course. Long single file line forming behind them. We'll go down to turn number 4 and see if this little attack on the backside has resulted in anything of significance. Our lead motorcycle is out of turn number 4 right now, and the field is all together drawn out into a long single file line. They come out of turn number 4, go all the way to the outside of the course, and then snake their way back inside. Big attack coming up the left-hand side of the course there on the fence barriers. One rider going clear right now underneath the start-finish Old Pueblo Grand Prix banner. This time it's number 73 once again. He has been extremely active so far in this race. It is Alexander Ray one more time for Icor Racing Intelligentsia.
And, you know, look at this, Tom. Either we've had an accident or a lot of guys are starting to pop right now because this race is officially on. Man, oh, man, that lap did some serious damage to the rest of our field. And guys are starting to struggle with the speed. This race You would have not thought this early on would have been damaging, but it does look like we might have had a couple guys. Okay, I did predict that. I was like, something is not right. The race was fast, but it wasn't too terribly fast. We've got several riders going into the pit, and there must have been a big dust-up on the backside.
The backside of the course is a little bit argy-bargy, as you might hear from Paul Sherwin, because you've got these curbs that jut out into the road, so the riders on either side of the pack have to be super careful. Look at the size of the group that is going into the free lap area right now. There are probably 30 riders into the free lap area.
Guys, stay to your right. 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 Riders to the right, please. Riders to the right. It's hard to do, Tom. It's virtually impossible. Man, oh man, these guys, look at the looks on their face. Uh-oh, Luke Keogh looks like he went down a little bit of a bugger. And he looks like he's injured right there. He does not look like he feels very good. So Luke Keogh, your 2012 USA Crits overall leader, appears to have gone down. Now, I can't see through the shadows, but he is one tough bugger. Yep, it is Luke.
He's holding his shoulder there, and you know the most common injury in a criterium crash is an injury to the collarbone. So I see him reaching up there to his shoulder, and I'm a little concerned about whether or not he may have fallen heavily on that collarbone. There are more riders in the free lap area now. We thought we had cleaned them out on the last lap, but as we had that enormous group of probably 30 riders leave the pit area, we had about another half a dozen riders enter the pit area, and now we've got riders out of turn number 4. These are our leaders, so we're going to be putting riders back in. The action coming thick and fast.
Yeah, thick and fast as we are here in Tucson. The peloton is all back together again. And man, it looks like Luke is gonna get back in here in just a second. So all these riders are trying to snake their way in. Guys, stay to the right. Now Luke is really gonna try to fight his way back on that Neil Pye bicycle. And he is, when Luke is mad, just like everybody else in their family, they have a tendency to race smarter and faster. A la his brother, Jake Keogh, won a stage at the Tour of Utah after going down. I predicted it. I said, watch this kid win a stage, even though he crashed hard.
Yeah, you find yourself on the floor, you get that little burst of adrenaline that happens. The man on the front through the last time on the lap was Eric Marcotte of Elbows Racing. He's wearing number 3, and I think he sort of took the tactical initiative when he saw that there were riders in the pit, and he sensed that there was a little confusion. He went to the front, and he really started going hard, try to draw the race out into a long single file line, try to restore a little bit of order in what was chaos. Out of turn number 4, one rider has gone clear. The main field coming out of turn number 4 right now. Still riders in the pit area. So I have to tell you that our USA Cycling officials who are in the pit right now deserve a lot of credit for making order out of what was, for a moment there, kind of controlled chaos.
All right, so, I'm sorry, Tom, I was just going to say we're going to do one more drawing for the Cinelli road bike, the 2013 road bike.
Oh, this is the big one.
Yeah, this is the big dog. This is it. This is what it's all about right here. 581571. 581571. That is your winner for the 2013 Cinelli bike.
So if you've got raffle ticket number 581571, you just won yourself a Cinelli road bike, which is absolutely killer.
You have half of the raffle tickets over there, hon. You didn't win it? That young lady in the red coat's got like 40 raffle tickets. One off. One off.
581571.
Bingo.
Did you find him?
No, I wanted to say that so bad.
581571. That's our Cinelli bike winner.
All right, so Susan wants me to go. She wants me to roll the dice and go again. Oh, you feeling it? All right. 5813. You're not feeling it anymore, are you? 66. Uh-oh, I've been pulled back. The reins have been pulled tight on me. 581571. We have a Wiener. We have a winner. for the Chinelli road bike. Woo, sweet.
Awesome.
Dude, you're going to be like loved by everybody on your block.
Paul Thomas from Tucson, Arizona on the front last time through. Frank, it's your lucky day. Frank Gall was the winner of our Chinelli bicycle. Way to go, Frank. Awesome. Frank, thanks for coming out and joining us today.
Frank will be here all week. All right, so I hope you guys, the VIP, are having fun. I hope for those of you who are watching our Smart Stops Transition live feed, welcome to Tucson, Arizona. This is a slobber knocker right now, as now we have two riders trying to get away. Oh, there goes Candelario. Alex Candelario has bridged up. He is bridged up. Now we have two riders. It looks like Cesar Grajales is pulled off the back throttle. It's Juan Magallanes from PS Specialized. So Juan and Alex now make two, and Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies are now trying to go back-to-back jack, with Kurtzman winning the women's race, and maybe Alex Candelario will win the men's race. It's yet to be determined. Lots of racing left to go here in the 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix, presented to you by Tucson Medical Center and Optum.
So a group of two off the front right now. Juan Magallanes from PNS Specialized Team. He is an international Category 1 rider. And Alex Candelario, he is from the Optum Powered by Kelly Benefits team. He is one of our nation's top pro riders. Those two riders come out of turn number 4, and there's a little bit of real estate between them and the main field. There was one rider chasing, two riders chasing, so we might start to see a little breakaway start to assemble itself right about now.
All right, so there's Magallanes, there's Candelario. Magallanes turns off, Candelario's gonna pull through. Who else has missed this move? Mountain Khakis, there goes Eric Marcos, Smart Stop. He's followed, looks like, by Brad White. No, that's Carlos Alzate. Very powerful guy, just joining the United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team. So Alzate is trying to go across as well. No breakaway will succeed tonight, Tom, without having all the top teams represented.
Little group there at 3 seconds, chase group there at about 5 seconds, and the main field at about 7 seconds. But as you mentioned, I think this is going to begin to pull itself back together. I look on the backside of the course. There's a group of two off the front of the race. There's a chase group in no man's land of two riders, and the rest of the field charging up to the front, drawn out into that great big long single file line, trying to get the race going, bring these riders back.
All right, let's talk politics. In order for a breakaway to stick, it's going to have Smart Stop Mountain Khakis, Jameis, probably a Team Predator. It's also going to have United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team, Champion Systems, Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies. If a breakaway goes, one of those riders at sea. Now they're starting to add more firepower to this break. Let's see who's jumped on board. Oh, man, it is Carlos Alzate. Optum's Candelario's there. Oh, Smart Stop Mountain Khakis is not to be present in that break. That's got to change stat.
Juan Magallanes on the front of the race. The last time he came through there, he looked super, super strong. Now, I got a question for you. We got a lot of action in the race right now. Are we looking forward to any intermediate race preems, any cash going on?
Yeah, we're getting ready to toss out a Tucson Medical Center $200 preem.
$200 to the rider who crosses the finish line after this following lap. So kind of 2 laps from now, more or less. Yeah. $200 cash.
What is a preem, Tom?
Well, a preem is a French word for a little one-lap race within a race. We're going to ring the bell here in a second. Our friends from Tucson Medical Center are going to put $200 on the table. 1 lap from now, the first rider across the line is going to take that $200 home from Tucson Medical Center.
Oh, wow. So it looks like it's almost back together again. $200 preem. $200 preem. $200 preem. $200 preem. $200, $200, $200. $200 cash preem. $200 cash preem. $200 cash preem. $200 cash preem. 200, 200, 200.
4 riders up the road right now. The man who is on the front of the main field was rider number 96. It's Michael White from the Cash Call Mortgage Team. He's a Category 1 rider, 25 years old. White is sitting in 5th place now at the front of the main field. A 4-rider breakaway has gone clear. 1 rider has attacked from that 4-rider breakaway on the backside of the course. I was kind of wondering if we might see some cooperation between those 4 riders at the breakaway, and they may not sprint for the Cash Prix. That turns out to not be the case, as it looks as though, well, they're back together again. We had one rider who had gone clear, and it's going to be interesting to see if somebody from this lead group of 4 riders tries to launch a little attack and pick the pockets of the other riders for this $200 Cash Prix. But it looks like our 4-man breakaway is actually working together quite well.
Yeah, and it looks like Alex Candelario is tucked on back, followed by Marcotte, followed by Carlos Alzate. Magdalenas is sitting on front in the red cycling kit. And I have a sneaky suspicion on this next lap, if you're watching us on the live feed, we're going to see a couple different riders up the road, because those guys are going to get caught, reabsorbed, and then what Tom and I talked about, the counterattack. And you expect to see it. Well, Eric doesn't have any teammates, so more than likely it's probably going to come from Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies, maybe a Mike Creed. That's my prediction. Expected him to be extremely agitated all day long today.
Group of 4 still off the front. Riders trying to fill in the gap between the breakaway and the main field, and the attacks really coming one after another on the backside of the course. There was a chase group of 2, about a 2-second gap, a chase group of 2. Here are our 4 lead riders out of turn number 4. One rider just tailing off the back there, and the main field there, single file, stretched out into a long, thin line, trying to bring these guys back.
Yeah, right now, these guys are getting ready to get absorbed, and there's going to be a firefight at the front of this, as right now it does not like Magdalenas wants. He's driving and followed by Marcotte. Now it's being brought back by, that is rider number 76, the James Hagen's Berman team, deciding they did not like the makeup of that breakaway. They've shut it down, and it does appear that Victor, actually that was Bade by V. That was Victor Roquelme.
Juan Magdalenas has been at the front of the race for the last 3 laps. He's putting down hundreds of watts of power, probably averaging, I bet he may be averaging around 30 miles per hour on a 4-corner flat criterium course. I wonder how much he's got left in his legs. The main field now breathing down the neck of that 4-rider breakaway. I wouldn't be surprised to see if these guys are caught by turn number 4. Our lead motorcycle is on the bottom of the course right now. It's headed toward turn number 4 between 3 and 4. There it is right now. So we'll see if our field is all back together out of turn number 4, and it's one big group.
Yep, all together. Expect to see a counterattack coming up the middle. If you're watching us on the Smart Stops Transition live feed, watch this as these guys come down. One guy's going to take a huge hit here in a second, and he's going to try to jettison himself away as Marcotte, and they've been gobbled up. Watch a hit right now. Here it comes. And the counterattack by Elbows has now re-ensued as Elbows is now taking it to the rest of the peloton in the blue and white. Tom?
The counterattack,
that's how you do it.
The counterattack, it was textbook. He went to the right-hand side of the road, launched back to the outside of the turn. Into turn number 1, he carried a ton of speed. The riders can't make up much distance between turn number 1 and turn number 2. So from a tactical standpoint, that was a perfectly timed move. On the backside of the course, 3 seconds, 4 seconds to the lead rider, 1 man off the front, 4 seconds in his back pocket.
And he needs help. He needs a lot of help. And why is that? He is not going to stay away from this quality of a field by himself. So he needs a rider from United Healthcare. He needs a rider from James Hagen's Berman. He needs a rider from Smart Stop Mountain Khakis to join him in this venture. Because if they don't, they're going to let him sit out there and bake Tom and stay out there by himself. But that's not going to happen here.
5 seconds, and you're going to start to smell smoke coming off of this guy if he has to sit out there by himself much longer.
Yeah, he's going to have a yard sale if he's looking for some help right now, and it's simply not coming from anybody. There's some swerving back and forth, but nobody seems to be able to make it happen. Who's going to take the final chase to bring down that Elbows racer?
Travis McCabe of Elbows, powered by Bone Shaker, wearing number 56, is the man on the front. Out of turn number 4, I think he had just about a 5-second gap. We'll go over to the backside of the course here, and we're going to be looking to see if Travis is still by himself off the front of the race. I saw him looking over his shoulders. I think he'd like a little help about right now.
Hey, Tom, you're starting to see a lot of head shaking going on in the home stretch. And that's a pure indication from a physiological standpoint. These riders are at their absolute limit. When they're coming through, their head is cocked, and they're sitting on the back. They are hanging on for absolute dear life. And they're saying to themselves, Chad, Tom, for the love of all things good and evil, please do not ring that Prix bell right now, because I am dangling by a thread. Well, guess what? We are opportunists. When we see it perfect timing, we do it.
4 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds to the lead rider right now.
8 seconds, and it looks like one rider's trying to bridge across. He needs some help right now, and it's coming from the form of another elite team. Oh, man, so it looks like Cash Cow is trying to cash in on. And now Specialized. So the California-based teams are really trying to make it happen here in Tucson, Arizona. And again, Tom, look at it. 4 or 5 more riders finding themselves in a spot of bother as this race has officially been turned upside down by the constant attacks. And it's good to see the Devo guys learning their chops here in beautiful Tucson.
Now, one of the things we're seeing happen out here underneath the Optum Tucson Medical Center banner is our USA Cycling referee steps out into the road, and he's got that whistle in his mouth. That whistle is the axe that falls and cuts you out of the race. So no rider wants to hear that whistle.
That's the noose. And any rider at the elite level, when they see the chief official kind of step to the middle as they're coming down the home stretch, they're like, I'm done. And sure enough, they get the whistle and then the courtesy, thank you for coming out. But that does not mean. Riders go through so much in the first 20 to 30 minutes of a race. If you could just hang on for 15, 20 minutes of onslaught, your chances of survival increase exponentially. But it's just getting to that spot.
2 riders off the front of the race. One of them is Michael White of the Cash Call Mortgage team. The other rider who is off the front is Travis McCabe of the Elbows Powered by Bone Shaker team. So right now it is a group of 2 that is White and McCabe. I didn't get an opportunity to check the interval between them and the main field, but it was not much of a gap.
Yeah, I mean, the way you look at this is really, I think, these are what's called softening up the peloton. What do we mean by that? It means that these body blows that are happening right now are setting up a left hook that's going to bring the peloton to its knees. And that's probably going to come from the top pro teams here. Softening, and then maybe a Smart Stop Mountain Khakis, a Jameis, a Cal Giant, United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team are really going to light the match. And Tom, that's probably going to come right about halfway into this race, because right now these are just little jaw shots, little kidney shots, little punches to the chin that really don't do damage, but they start precipitating the fall.
Man on the front right now wearing number 43, that is Sergio Hernandez of Team Predator Carbon Repair. He's a Category 1 rider, 28 years old.
And Sergio, in the interviews today, when we were interviewing him, he said, I was out talking to him, and Ravi said, hey, how you feeling? And I actually got up out of my chair and said, you can sit in my chair and rest your feet if you give me a reason to talk about you tonight. Well, guess what, Tom? You were just talking about him, so he earned it today.
Hey, I want to say thank you to one of our local sponsors. It's the good people from the Tucson Weekly who helped contribute ad space. Also, Odell Brewery, who is set up next door to us. Odell Brewing of Fort Collins, Colorado. They got a couple tents set up over there. They're serving some of their great brew underneath the Odell Brewing tents. Thanks very much to our friends from Odell Brewery. Also, our VIP food is from the Playground, and it is fantastic.
Well, it was. Hey, Tom, do you have $10 on you?
No, I announced bike races. I haven't seen $10 in a decade.
Well, if you have $10, you can go to our info tent and get yourself an official event t-shirt. So stop on by the event.
Event t-shirts happening right now, $10 at the event tent underneath the old Grand Prix Optum Tucson Medical Center banner.
If you raced in the cruiser race, or you pretended to race in the cruiser race, or you thought about racing in the cruiser race, go to the info tent and pick up your gift pack that has Odell beer in it. Now there's going to be a mad rush to the info tent. So if you're racing a cruiser race, stop on by. I want to thank the great folks at Odell Brewing for giving the gift pack to all of our cruiser racers.
Now there's going to be 1,500 people who claim to have raced in the cruiser race.
I'm going to start doing ventriloquism. I'm going to be over there, and you can toss my voice while we're at it. Again, we want to thank Odell. We want to thank Old Pueblo, Grand Prix, Animal Health Hospital, Jim Click Automotive Team, Cast of Thousands, and, of course, all you folks that are watching us live on the World Wide Web. Welcome to Tucson, Arizona, brought to you by Smart Stop and Transition Glasses.
Little action right now. Group of 3 riders has gone clear of the main field. They own a gap of about 4 or 5 seconds right now. Coming underneath the Tucson Medical banner, the man on the front at this stage of the race is in fact Chad Beyer of Champion System Pro Cycling Team. And the main field has gotten really thick. Jump over to the backside of the course and see if this 3-rider breakaway is something we should take seriously.
All right, so right now we don't have the transitions. I don't think that's been secured yet. I think we're going to have a breakaway longer than 3 laps. But our transitions leader right now, I don't know if we could pick one yet. So that's the rider that stayed up the road the longest. Compliments of transitions. And, of course, we want to thank Optum, the title sponsor of today's race. I think it's about time we give away some cash, too. Compliments of Optum.
All right, so we got 3 riders off the front with about 8 seconds in hand. They are headed down toward turn number 4. There are our 3 riders out of turn number 4. The main field should be hitting that corner about right now.
So right now, these guys should be doing 33% of the work. If you're not, you're going to get yelled at by the other 2. And these guys appear to be focused and dedicated right there.
Number 76 was the man on the front there. That was Luis Alberto Romero of the Jameis Hoggins Berman powered by Sutter Home team. He is a 34-year-old professional racer.
And it did look like, I was going to say Luis Alvarado and Gord Frazier, based on my calculations, are in that move. Gord Frazier with the Health Net team from years past. It's so great to see the guy from Tucson. He's in the break along with the former NRC champion, Luis Alvarado, as well. We're going to confirm those numbers for you because they come out of the light so fast and they go back out of it. It's hard to tell, but...
You know, Gord Frazier's got a few years under his belt, but one of the things he enjoys is a tremendous amount of experience. And in criterium racing, experience counts for a lot. In the Tour of California, I rode with Gord Frazier in a team car in one of the most difficult stages in the history of U.S. bike racing once. And it was amazing to see his command of the sport as he helped instruct his team over those mountain passes. Here's our 3-rider breakaway.
Chad Beyer, he's there. Gord Frazier, that looked like it's Gord Frazier.
It was, in fact, rider number 34, Gord Frazier of the Body by V, powered by Velo V team.
So Gord Frazier right now is fighting off Father Time back in the peloton, racing his bike at the elite level. Got to have a great conversation him at the Tour of Utah, and he's such a fun, energetic guy, but today he's proven that he's a great biker yet again.
At 45 years old, Gord Frazier is the oldest rider in this race, and he has infiltrated that 3-man breakaway, and he's teaching some of these younger guys a lesson right now, taking them to school on how to ride in a breakaway in a world-class criterium.
All right, so Kip Metzger is from the Animal Hospital. He said if somebody that's 40 plus or over gets on the podium, he's going to give $250. And if somebody wins that's 40 plus, my beloved category, then he's going to give an extra $500.
Wow, that's incredible.
Where's my bicycle? Well, you know, it'd be point is mute. I wouldn't win it. So thanks to Kip and the guys at Animal Healthcare.
Gord Frazier sitting in second position right there. He's the man wearing that neon lime green and black uniform that says Pactimo on the side.
So Thomas Brown racing for Smart Stop Mountain Khakis, who's doing his job to try to bring back that breakaway. We should be getting awfully close to the mid-race maybe.
Yeah, I think we're going to see the lap cards come out pretty soon. It was interesting on that last lap, we saw attacks going up the right-hand side and the left-hand side of the road. Look on the back side of the course, there goes our breakaway group of 3. We're going to call that the Fraser group in honor of Gord Fraser. And there are 2, 3, no, it's a big single file line drawn out on the back side of the course as those riders are chasing to get back in contact with the Fraser group out of turn number 3 on the back side of the course.
So we're almost halfway, about 40 minutes left to go. Pretty soon we're going to go to our mid-race when the officials tell us that we're going to flip over. But these 3 guys have been energetic. Fraser in the mood, followed by Chad Beyer. He's also there. And do not forget, guys, this is potentially the move of the day with with Chad Beyer. And you also have, guys, 3 are up the road.
10 seconds is
Luis
the gap.
Amaran. So Chad Beyer, Luis Amaran from Jameis, Hagens Berman, and you have Gord Fraser. So Gord Fraser in the green, Chad Beyer and Luis Amaran in the black and red. What you got there, Tom?
Well, on the back side of the course, we got the stopwatch running to try to determine if these guys are making up time or losing time. Gord Fraser sitting between those 2 riders in the middle. Oh, they've lost quite a bit of time. They're down to about 7 seconds. So I think we're going to see this group of 3 riders coming back to the main field, and we're going to hit the reset button on the whole race.
We're going to start talking tactics after the halfway point, too, how we think it's going to unfold here.
Up here comes my ride.
Well, that's actually the support camera for television. So he's going to be getting up there. Hey, guys, it's about 7 seconds. 7 seconds. 7 seconds, 28 to go. 7 seconds, 28 to go. 7 seconds left, 28 laps. 7 seconds is the gap, 28 to go. 28 to go, 28 to go.
The man on the front driving the chase right now is rider number 73. That's Alexander Ray from the I-Corps Racing Intelligentsia Coffee Team. He is an international Category 1 rider, 23 years old. He's spearheading this chase right now. We'll go over to the backside of the course. The Gord Fraser group with 3 riders just dangling off the front there. They've gone through on the backside. Going to be looking for the main field here. And they're still doing fairly well. Here comes our main field. And the main field is it's not a super animated chase on the backside.
Guess what?
What?
We're getting ready to change that stat. We're getting ready to do the mid-race preem. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points respectively. This, my friends, really starts the race here at beautiful Tucson. Ring the bell, officials. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. 10, 7, 5, 3, and 2 points. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem. Mid-race preem.
Brad White on the front of the main field, one of our top pros from United Healthcare Pro Cycling. Now, was Brad in the pit area earlier tonight?
No, that was Luke.
Okay.
But let me can I give you a backstory to Brad White?
Yeah, definitely.
We were doing USA Crits and National Criterium Calendar interviews today. I was interviewing all the riders when we got it for a canned version of all of our coverage for the Smart Stop transitions races as they come up. And I said, I asked Brad, I said, Brad, what is your greatest accomplishment as a bike racer? He says, I love pulling back breakaways for my sprinters. Watch this. You're going to see this hulking Captain America on the front taking full lap pulls to bring these guys back. Here goes 10 points. That is going to go to Gord Fraser, followed by Chad, followed by Luis Amaran. And watch this. I guarantee you're going to see Captain America on the front taking a full lap pull as part of our blue train. Let's see if he's still there.
They're a little
Sure enough, there he is. Oh, yep, still there.
Yep.
Brad White, one full lap pull. That satisfaction he gets from doing his job as a pro cyclist.
Looking for the Gord Fraser group on the backside of the course. The stopwatch running to check the gap on that group. See if they are making time, losing time, or holding about even. 10 seconds on the clock right now. And it shall be 15 seconds to the main field from our lead group of 3 riders that includes, as we've mentioned, Gord Fraser. Out of turn number 3, or turn number 4 rather, we see that group now. 3 riders by themselves with 15 seconds to the main field. The main field headed down toward turn number 4. We'll see them just about right now. Here comes our breakaway. 15 seconds to the main field. 15 seconds, gentlemen, 15 seconds.
The toughest thing for the field is having somebody like Luis Amaran on the front. Great time trialer, and he is so defiant. Even if he's 1 second from getting caught, he will not. Look at Thomas Brown, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on the front there with that blinking light. He's doing his job to try to bring it his back from Smart Stop Mountain Khakis. Of course, we're going to thank Smart Stop, who, you know what, Tom, I'm not going to give up my thoughts this early, but I've got some ideas of how this race is going to unfold as we get into the latter parts, the 4th quarter.
Yeah, there's 25 laps left on the leaderboard. Actually, 24 left on the lap card. The stopwatch is running on our breakaway group on the backside of the course. We're going through 17 seconds is the gap right now. We'll hit the reset button and redo that time gap out of turn number 4 just to verify that it's accurate. 17 seconds on the backside of the course between the Gord Fraser group and the main field.
All right. So right now, there's your lead mode as it comes down the home stretch. Here comes Chad, here comes Luis, and here comes Gord Fraser. Luis Amaran's on the front, followed by Gord Fraser, followed by Chad Beyer right there. This is really getting serious when you start to see Smart Stop Mountain Khakis, United Healthcare, and all the rest of the top pro teams start the hunt. When does it begin? With 24 laps left to go. Now we've got Cash Cow on the front. They are also interested in the way that this race unfolds, Tom.
Michael White of Cash Call Mortgage was the man leading the chase here. We'll go back over to the backside, reset the stopwatch, and the watch is running now as we see our 3-rider breakaway go through on the backside of the course. Main field should be coming through here in the not too distant future. Matter of just a couple of seconds. There they are right there, and it is 17 seconds. Back down to the bottom of the course, the breakaway group is out of turn number 3 and on their way up toward the Optum Tucson Medical Center Old Pueblo Grand Prix start-finish banner. Take another time check on them at the start-finish line. Main field out of turn number 4. Now they go all the way to the outside of the course, and they're headed up toward the Optum Tucson Medical Center start-finish banner right now. 23 laps remain on the board. 23 laps to go. 23. And it is holding at 18 seconds on the front of the course. I'm going to suggest that since we have not seen the breakaway gain or lose time for about 3 laps, that this is a bit of a tactical truce on the part of the main field. And I think that the field is holding the breakaway in check at a time interval that they're pretty confident they can reel back in about 2 laps.
Yeah, and Tom, we've got the cameras all trained right here on the home stretch. For all those of you guys that are watching, welcome to the Smart Stop live stream presented to you by Transitions. These guys have been out here. Technically, they are our most aggressive riders right now. Chad Beyer, rocking it. Luis Amaran, rocking it. Beyer with the little elbow flick to tell Luis it's his turn to pull through. Gord Fraser looking trim, lean, and mean. Tom, When does the top teams come to the front and drag this sucker back? It's too early now, but you should start seeing it. Tom and I are gonna give you Bike Racing 201 here in a little bit.
They've got a little real estate to work with now. 19 seconds is the gap. 22 laps on the board. So 22 kilometers to go. There is about 13 miles left in this race. So with 13 miles remaining, if we think of this in terms of a flat finish in a Tour de France stage, you really start to see the action heat up in about the last 10 kilometers, about the last 6.2 miles. And as we get into those final days like this very seriously, but for right now, I think they're going to give them a little room to run.
They're going to give them a little bit of rope, but here's a prediction. What I think is going to happen as the Luis, Chad, and Gord come through, folks. When they come through, give these guys a little bit of love. They've been racing their rear ends off, and if Gord Fraser wins this race, he is going to go home with a boatload of money. As these guys roll through, there goes Luis, there goes Gord, there goes Chad right there. But wait a second, it's starting to straighten out right now, Tucson, and these riders are starting to get a little bit more serious about their job here, as again, we've got United Healthcare, Brad White on the front.
Now remember, we've got a huge cash bonus if any rider over 40 years old can stay away for the entire race. So that money is on top of the tons of prize money that these guys are racing for.
Gord Fraser, he's the one that
Exactly.
stands and reaps the most from it because he's 40 plus. So here's my prediction. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to give it another, let me see, how many laps in do we have left here? 20 laps left to go. My prediction is United Healthcare, if it's still at 15 seconds, will go to the front with about 12 laps left to go. They will send their full arsenal up there, what's called the Blue Train. Simply a prediction. Ravi and I talked about it this morning, but they're playing it just right. Prix on the next lap, Prix. Optum Prix on the next lap. Optum Prix. Tom, what's the gap?
The last time I checked,
It's about 12 seconds or so, right around.
Yeah, it's a little more now. It's about 18.
18 seconds. Okay, we'll go with your math. 18 seconds. So there's big Adrian Hedgeberry, followed by, it looked like Hilton Clark, rider number 9. I just know the face, not the number.
It's not 18 seconds anymore. They brought back a bunch of time.
Here's the risk that they run. United Healthcare. They're the top crit racing team in the country. Every racing team will tell you that. But they can game. What's their game? Let a breakaway get up the road with 12 laps left to go. Send the whole team to the front. Systematically bring them back together. Bring it back with 2 laps left to go. Make it so dang fast that nobody can get around them. 1 lap left to go. They blow the race up, and then boom. Hilton Clark, Carl Menzies, Luke Keogh win the race.
It's pretty
Let's
textbook.
just see.
16-second gap right now, so that process of bringing this, as we see 19 laps to go left on the lap board.
19 to go, 16 seconds, 19 to go. So that's why you're seeing Brad White and Adrian Hedgeberry. They're part of the lead-out train, but they are called on to bring it back. They are the domestiques. They are the worker bees. There's Thomas Brown, followed by Carlos Alzate. So Thomas Brown has been racing really strong for Smart Stop Mountain Khakis. Thomas Brown is like, you know what? Here's my theory on that. Smart Stop Mountain Khakis, one would hazard a guess that they're probably, admittedly, probably the second, maybe the third best crit racing team in the country, but they've stepped it up this year. They are not going to let United Healthcare do what they do every time. What United Healthcare does is what I told you. They go into surgery, they open up everyone with the scalpel, they rip out the guts, and leave everybody else to waste and win the race. They do not want this race to come down to that.
Speaking of surgery, these guys are systematically amputating 1 second per lap from the gap to this 3-rider breakaway group. The gap is down to 15 seconds.
18 laps to go. 15 seconds. 18 to Chad, to Gord, to Luis. Let's see who on the front now. Let's see if defiance still reigns for the Smart Stop Mountain Khakis team. Or is it going to be the Blue Train setting up here in Tucson? And looky, Adrian Hedgeberry on the front. Looks like we've got the Malervis there as well. Was that Connor? It looked like it. No, that was Kevin. Yeah, they're twins. Give me a break. Kevin and Connor Malervi. We call them the Ginger Twins. Racing for Champion Systems. And look, I didn't call them the Ginger Twins. That was what they were pegged many moon ago. So Kevin Malervi has now infiltrated the blue train. But where does Smart Stop Mountain Khakis? Where does Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies? Who is going to upset the apple cart? Alex Candelario. Maybe he sits back in the back of the blue train and decides, you know what? You guys can set this up all day long for your sprinters, but guess what? We are going to take them down, Tom.
You know, it's a little weird. They picked up 2 seconds on the last lap. It's 17 seconds now.
17 laps left to go. 17. You know what these guys are doing? Laying in wait, baby. Laying in wait.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Laying in wait. It's going to get UGLY here in the next few laps. They're setting what we call a false tempo. Brad White on the front. He's also followed by, it looked like Thomas Brown again. So Thomas is turning into the worker bee. Mountain Khakis better get out the rear of this, the middle of this peloton, because here's the story. Shane is a great sprinter, Tom. And if he's mid-pack and United Healthcare decides to gas it a little bit, he is going to find himself in a world of hurt to try to make his way to the front. All about positioning, Tom. All about position.
It is. Our top sprinters really need to start to concern themselves with defending their position at the front of the race, and that takes a lot of horsepower, and it takes a lot of experience, too. The gap is up to 19 seconds now.
19 seconds. I still think it's not far enough. They need to get upwards of 30 seconds to make it happen. Ladies and gentlemen, Louis Samaran, Gord Fraser, Chad Bayer.
You know, I absolutely agree with you. Until we're at 30 seconds, then these guys are nothing but a victim.
Yeah, they are. I mean, they are posters on the FBI Most Wanted right now, because they are not going to get very far without the police. And there again is Thomas Brown for the Smart Stop. Adrian Hedgeberry, he's also there. So the big guy and the Tomamino is his Twitter handle. He's on the front trying to do a lot of work as well with 16 laps left to go. I still think, and I'm sure you guys being educated cycling fans, think that it's not quite enough. Because when the top teams really turn the gas on and try to bring back a breakaway, it is like a jailbreak. Guys start popping off the back like they've been shot with a Pez dispenser. Just punk. There goes one punk. Another one punk. Here goes another one. Well, guess what? We're going to add insult to injury by doing a preem on the next lap. We are going to do a preem on the next lap. And again, please give these guys a whole lot of love. Luis, Chad, and Gord. Preem on the next lap. Preem. Optum preem. Preem on the next lap, preem. Now, you may be saying to yourself, well, why is Chad always in the back when we take this turn? They're into a rhythm where they pull through and pull off has become customary because they know where their strengths are and their weaknesses are. So they're all doing the work. It just so happens that Chad is not taking his turn on the home stretch. All racer preem. All racer preem. All racer preem. Optum preem. So Mike Scherer, Optum, has now thrown his hat into it. So you've got the black and orange of Optum. You've got the red, the green, and the blue of Smart Stop Mountain Khakis. And you've got the United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team in the blue and black and white. All will be fighting for the front of this race here in the next lap or two, Tom.
14 laps to go on the lap card. The interval between our breakaway group of 3 riders and the main field holds steady at 21 seconds. But I agree with the assessment that as we get into the final 10 kilometers of the race, that we're going to see a big acceleration from the main field, and they're going to reach out and grab these guys. Gord Fraser, a Tucsonian, was on the front of that breakaway the last time they came through start-finish when they saw 14 laps to go. We're going to have to start to see some pretty strong efforts from the main field here in these next 6 laps.
Yeah, so Gord Fraser, you also have Chad Beyer, well, he's not an unknown. He's been racing forever. So you have Fraser. You also have Luis Amaran, who's tricky, he's slippery, but he's also a former NRC champion. So you have a very, very smart and tactical Gord Fraser. You also have Chad Beyer, who knows how to win a race or two. And you also have Luis Amaran, who's won an overall national race calendar. So at what point do these guys become, shall we say, lack of friends and start racing their bikes versus working together? At one point, all bets are off. They're friends. Their main objective is to stay together and work together, but pretty soon, that's going to shut down. So right there, Amaran takes his pull, followed by Beyer, also by Fraser. So Gord, Luis, and Chad are all in this together to try to stay away. But at what point do the top sprinters teams try to put a noose around this thing?
You know, those guys are going to have to start punching in pretty soon here. We only have 13 laps to go. That's 13 kilometers to the finish. And the time interval at the start-finish line is up to 23 seconds. So they're sort of, it's like a cat toying with a mouse.
I have a sneaky suspicion on this next lap. A pure prediction, here is my prediction, is that you will see the full United Healthcare professional cycling team amassed at the front, 1 through 6. Or no, how many do they have? They have a lot. 6 or 8? No, I think it's just 6.
One of the things you can guarantee is we're going to see a change in the racing in the main field in the next couple of laps.
Well, because everybody's giving United Healthcare so much respect right now. If I'm a team director, I'd be like, look, we're playing right into their hands. We have to change this up. All right, so here comes Gord, here comes Chad, and here comes Luis with 12 to go. 12 to go, 12 to go, 12 to go.
This is the season opener for the USA Criterium Championship Series, brought to us by Optum and Tucson Medical Center, bringing world-class racing to the streets of Tucson for the Old Pueblo Grand Prix.
All right, so I was sort of right, Tom. Actually, you're now seeing what we predicted earlier. The Smart Stop Mountain Khakis team, they're getting all their troops together, and you also have United Healthcare in the blue and black. They're getting their troops together. So you're going to have this big sword fight on the streets here in Tucson, but yet we have 3 riders that are being defiant. You have the 40-plus and Gord Fraser. Gord is 40-plus years old. If he wins, he gets a bonus of $500, compliments of animal health care. Or it could be Luis Amaran. Here they come with 11 laps left to go. 11 to go, 11 to go. You have Luis on the front right there. Nope, that's Gord. Sorry, coming out of the shadows, followed by Chad. As the 40-plus, if he can pull it off, Animal Healthcare is going to give him $500 in addition. But guess what? That's only for Gord, Tom, because everybody else is under 40-plus.
Yeah, 11 laps to go. Main field starting to get organized.
Field Prix, Field Prix, Field Prix only. Not what United Healthcare wanted to hear. Field Prix only, Field Prix only. What do you think about that?
Well, I'll tell you what I think about it. Did you see that blue and white wall at the front of the main field? It is on. That chase you've been talking about, it's happening now.
Yeah, I predicted it last lap, but it's happened this lap. And here's what's going to happen. United Healthcare, what they've gone is they've gone to their office, they've got their time card, and they're clocking in. They're going to send everybody to the front. What's going to happen is nobody on United Healthcare is going to win this Prix. They don't care about the Prix. They want the win. So somebody like a Rasan Bahati or Eric Marcotte, they will get the Prix, but the United Healthcare will go into the business of bringing back the breakaway like a surgeon. Just finger by finger chopping it off. 10 laps left to go. Don't look back, Luis. 10 to go, 10 to go. Uh-oh, looks like Gord decided to not take a pull there. That was interesting. And let's just see, Tom, with 10 to go. Do they pick up who gets the field Prix? Guess what? It's United Healthcare. Hilton Clark, followed by Brad White. followed by Luke Keogh, it looks like.
5 riders from the same team on the front, 1 lap, an amputation of 5 seconds. The clock is going backwards.
Yep, Tom. Tell you what, Adrian Hedgeberry did his job, so did Brad White. Watch these, from 5 laps under, watch the sheer speed that these guys will ramp this up. Hilton Clark, great sprinter for United Healthcare. He's on the front doing work. Why? Because they have it set up for somebody else. So pretend this is a beehive, and all the bees are now swarming around their king or queen, and they're going to work their tails off to get that king to be the best king in all of the hive. Well, guess what? Is it for Carl Menzies? Is it for Luke Keogh? It could be any of those guys. And look at that. Tom, you nailed it, buddy. It's coming down fast.
Yeah, it's down to 11 seconds now.
9 to go, 9 to go, 9 to go. 9 laps left to go. And the United Healthcare Blue Train is now starting to roll.
5 men from United Healthcare on the front of this race, taking control of matters, drawing it out into a long single file line, and starting to bring that breakaway back into the main field. The race will hit the reset button when that breakaway is apprehended. On the backside of the course, we see the 3 lead riders go through. The stopwatch is running. They have been steadily losing time since United Healthcare went to the front of this race and began cutting away at those seconds.
So, Fraser, you've got Gord, Chad Byer, Chad. Then you got Louis Samaron spending all sorts of energy, all sorts of time. And, man, I tell you what, this is pretty impressive to watch these 3 guys in a state and active defiance try to fend off the best crit racing team in the country in United Healthcare. But you know what? Rassan Bahati might have something to say about that. Smart Stop, Jameis Higgins-Berman, Cal Giant. We have 8 to go, 8 to go, 8 to go.
Man, that was Gord on the front the last time through. He's determined to keep this going.
Yep, he's had enough too. He doesn't want to be a part of that. So there you have it. Brad White on the front. Sitting back right now. Let's explain to him, Tom, real quick about a lead-out train. Oh, wait. We got a bunch. This already has gotten super fast. These guys have become detached because of the speed. Here's what's going to happen with about 5 laps left to go. You have 4 riders left in United Healthcare. 1 rider will take a turn on the front like his eyes are going to fall out. He'll pull off. He's done. With 3 or 2 laps left to go, you'll have the 3rd rider that's left over. He'll take a turn so fast and so hard you'll see his eyes bleeding. He's done. Then with about a half lap left to go, you will see what's called the lead-out sprinter will then drive it as hard as he possibly can. And if his teammate can come around him, so be it. But they go 1-2. But his job is to deliver the sprinter with 200 meters, Tom.
Down to 6 seconds. 6 seconds with 7 laps remaining. 6 seconds to the breakaway. 6 seconds, gentlemen. 6 seconds.
Oh, Tom. Tom. 6 seconds. 6 seconds with 7 to go. And Adrian Hedgeberry is very angry right now. 7 laps to go. 7 laps left to go.
United Healthcare has really taken control of this race. They are in complete control of the pacing. During these closing laps, we see that they are changing the lap card over to 6 laps to go. That means the riders will have about 4 miles left on the course. A world-class pursuiter can ride about 1 mile in a little less than 2 minutes. So with this amount of distance left on the course, we got about 6 minutes of racing left.
Oh, do they hold on? Do they hold on? Ladies and gentlemen, we have 6 laps left to go, and we are doing an Animal Hospital Prix for 305 points deep. 5 places deep, $300. 5 places deep, $300. Points, dollars. With 6 to go. 6 laps left to go. So, Gord Fraser, you also have, oh man,
Big group tailed off
Chad
the
Pryor.
back now.
And you have Luis Amaran. Now, when we rang that bell, that's probably the last moment that these guys are saying to themselves, you know what, we're going to get caught. So I think there's going to be some infighting here in just a second. One of these guys in the lead group of three, whether it's Gord, whether it's Chad, whether it's Luis, my prediction is they'll go after this. Why? Because I think they have a sneaky suspicion. Why not go after the money and the points? And if we get caught, great. But I want to take a chance of getting some money and some points for me in the USA Crits. So let's see if I'm right or wrong here. But I have a feeling that these guys may be sprinting it out for the cash and the points. Let's find out with 5 to go, Tom.
5 laps to go, 5 seconds to the breakaway. Big Prix on the line right now. Let's see if there is a sprint for it. No, these guys continue to cooperate.
Yeah. They are not giving up. Luis has said, I'm not going to go for it, but I'm going to roll it. And Brad White's back on the front for United Healthcare, trying to bring back the break.
You can tell the riders in the main field are really starting to suffer with United Healthcare on the front. We're just seeing 1 or 2 riders slip off the back each time they go through. These guys are starting to get tired legs. It's been lap after lap at full gas, nearly 30 miles an hour on the front of the race all the way around.
And I fear we haven't seen anything yet. Because once those guys are caught, they've got to go faster. The reason why they have to go faster is they can't take a chance at a counterattack. So with 4 laps left, they go and they come back around. You think the speeds are fast now? Just you wait. Of course, that Prix was from Animal Hospital. Want to thank those guys so much. And of course, if Gord wins, he gets $500 kicker. With 4 laps left to go.
Oh, they're right there. It's down to 4 seconds.
All right, Tucson, let these guys hear you with 4 laps left to go. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go. 4 laps left to go, 4 to go. 4 to go, 4 to go, 4 to go.
Still those same 5 riders from United Healthcare on the front, stretching the elastic, sending riders out the back of the main field and bringing the 3 leaders back to the main field on the pointy end of the race.
Hey, here's another point, Tom. I want you guys that are watching us on the live stream and here live, their designated sprinter for tonight. Last year, it was Jake Keogh for United Healthcare. This year, it's his riders left over, and you have number 2's wheel because everybody wants to try to come off of Luke Keogh's wheel. So you'll have Carl Menzies, you'll have Hilton Clark, and then you'll have, I don't know, some other guy, sprinter. But watch for number 2. Watch how he's fighting for his teammates' wheel as they come through with 3 laps left to go. And they are done, Tom.
Yeah, this is it. So I think we're going to see our breakaway group melt back into the main field on this next lap, if not right in front of us here underneath the Optum Tucson Medical Center banner.
3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go. 3 laps left to go, and right now, Rasan Bahati is fighting for dear life for Luke Keogh's wheel. It is a scrum back there. It's like football, but on bikes with no pads.
With 3 laps remaining in the race, this is a great time to thank all of our sponsors who have helped bring world-class racing to the streets of Tucson with the USA Criterium Championship Series. Thank you so much to our friends from Optum, the Tucson Medical Center. We want to say thank you to Madden Media, and of course, the Jim Click Automotive Group, where everything clicks. We're pleased to have our friends from Cox on board here, Tucson Sports, and of course, the race today presented by O2 Modern Fitness and the FitWorks Cycling Support Crew. Thank you very much to all our sponsors.
You got it, Tom. And now the blue train is leaving the station. We have 2 to go. 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go, 2 to go. 2 laps left to go.
Okay, Tucson, they call Tucson, Arizona, the winter training capital. Now, I'm from Los Angeles, California, which is about 25 times the size of Tucson. But here's what I want you guys to do. You got to earn this title as the winter training capital. Chad is going to take over the commentary on the final lap at the bell. He's going to own the race. I want you to drown out his voice, the sound of the crowd, Tucson, Arizona. Let him hear you all the way back in LA and show them where the winter training capital is. Make some noise on this final lap. Chad, it's all yours.
I do not want to hear. I want you to wake my kids up in Charlotte, North Carolina with the noise. Because, ladies and gentlemen, we've waited 365 days, and now we're down to it. We have one lap to go. One to go, one to go, one to go, one to go. One lap left to go. There was a beatdown. Smart Stop, Mount Khakis, United Healthcare. Body blow, body blow. Is it going to be Shane Klein? Is it going to be Carl Menzies? Alex Candelario, Luke Keogh. We are about 30 seconds away from your 2013. One to go, guys, one to go. Let there be pandemonium. Thank you for watching us on the Smart Stop Transitions live feed. Welcome to Tucson, Arizona. Here they come! Year 2013! Luke Keogh! Luke Keogh! United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team.
Luke Keogh of United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team, 22 years old, a Category 1 amateur. He was ideally positioned on that final lap. His team set him up for victory as they went into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4, Luke Keogh was sitting about 3 riders back. He was on the left side of the road. He went to the center line and began the field sprint, just pipping the rest of the field at the line as the rest of our riders cross in the final lap of the Optum Tucson Medical Center Old Pueblo Grand Prix. That was a ding-dong battle.
Wow, so we're going to get an interview here real quick with Luke with Tucson. What a great crowd. I know it's crisp and it's cool, but you guys had an unbelievable showing here. Great sponsors. Want to thank Tucson Medical Center and Optum. Want to thank our great friends from Smart Stop and Transitions for bringing us our live feed today on a spectacular night in Tucson.
Thank you so much to our friends from Tucson Medical Center and Optum, bringing world-class racing to the streets of Tucson.
So Mike is going to grab his team. High five each other. Luke's going to get cleaned up.
Now, Chad, we're getting the podium situation going on up here, so we're going to need to get our athletes off the street through the VIP area and up onto the stage here in just a moment.
All right, here comes Luke. There goes Luke, and then he's going to turn around and he's going to come back. Are you going to give me a wheelie on the way back? Yes? Yeah, baby. All right, come on over here.
We also need to get the guys who have the podium. We need to get them to get that up on the stage.
Yeah, I think we're going to get to.
All right. United Healthcare raced a textbook race out there today as we have our race winner underneath the Optum Tucson Medical Center Old Pueblo Grand Prix banner. So the photographers, they've got to get that victory shot. Then we've got to get our athletes up here on the stage. Gord Frazier, that was an incredible ride, my friend. Make some noise for Gord Frazier. And I've just been informed that Gord Frazier has been awarded the Transitions Award, and I believe that's the award for most courageous and aggressive rider during the race. So that goes to Gord Frazier. Now we got to get our guys up here we got to get them around and get them up here on the stage.
Yep. We're going to do a quick interview down here so we get some shots with the backdrop there. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with a very special guest racing for United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team, part of the Blue Train, and of course your 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix Optum champion today, presented to our great friends at Tucson Medical Center. So, Luke, buddy, you hit the barrier, but you got the win. How does it feel?
It's good. That was a good way to start off the U.S. season. I mean, the team, as you saw, rode amazing. It was a hard race. You know, the break gave us a run for our money, and we stayed calm, stayed together, and brought it back.
Okay, so there's a little bit of pressure on you. Your brother last year, not to bring up your brother, but, you know, obviously your brother was the guy that everybody expected to win on the lead-out train. Today, your first race, in theory, overwhelming for you right now coming into United Healthcare and winning your first race?
Yeah, that was amazing. You know, the team, like I said, was amazing. They've been super supportive. They know the nerves, you know, coming on to the big team, and they backed me and had confidence in me and put me on the back of the train, and we delivered.
USA Crits overall leader right now, NCC overall leader right now. That's a pretty heavy chest to carry. You've got another 9 months. How are you feeling about it?
Like last year, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be full of good races, but it's going to be fun.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Luke, we're going to get you ready for the podium presentation. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix, presented to you by Optum and Tucson Medical Center champion, Luke Keogh of United Healthcare. Yeah, if we could have all the ladies, please. If you would, please come to, we need, let's see, Ravi's got the names here. All right, so, man, was that Tom? Where's Tom go? That was such an exciting evening of bike racing. I mean, we had the drama, we had the backdrop that is this beautiful city of Tucson, Arizona. Of course, you know, it was a little chilly, but the racing made it super hot here, didn't it?
Well, there's a reason why they call it the winter training capital, and ultimately we did have great conditions for world-class bicycle racing in the streets of Tucson. The wind calmed down, the temperatures were perfect for the riders, pretty good for the spectators as well. It's a great season opener.
Yeah, the season opener here in Tucson for the USA Crits and the NCC. We want to thank all you guys that were watching us on the Smart Stop Transition live feed. Spectacular night. I mean, Tom and I, we're knackered right now. It's just like, bang, we felt like we were in the race. It was so much fun to be a part of this. Of course, stop number one.
Yeah, it's an incredible start to the season, a great kickoff, and we want to thank our sponsors, Optum and the Tucson Medical Center, for bringing world-class bicycle racing to the streets of Tucson, the winter training capital in the Old Pueblo Grand Prix. It was an incredible start for your season.
We're jacked. I mean, this is just stop number one here. We've got to go to Tampa for the NCC. We have to go to Delray. We have to go back to my hometown of Charlotte, North Carolina, Athens, Georgia, Boise, Idaho, Chris Stater up in Binghamton, New York, and, of course, the final race of the series. Of course, all you guys are invited, for those of you who are watching us on the live stream, Las Vegas, Nevada, Mandalay Bay.
Man, that's going to be a killer event. They're going right down the strip there in Las Vegas, aren't they?
We tried to shut down, no, not we, but I know that the promoters tried to shut down the strip. I think it would take an act of God to shut down the strip. So I think we're going to be around it, but not quite on it.
Doesn't matter because all the action's going to be at the race. So
it's going to be a circus anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be in the middle of the Mirage, and everybody like, woo, yeah, let's party. Officials, Susan, and the whole guys from O2 Modern Fitness for having the dream to be able to put this race on. Beautiful backdrop in Tucson, Arizona. Why don't you go through some of our sponsors real quick?
Well, it wouldn't be a race without the good folks from Optum and the Tucson Medical Center, who have once again brought world-class racing back to the streets of Tucson. So thank you, first and foremost, to Optum and the Tucson Medical Center. We also want to thank the Jim Click Automotive Team. Jim Click, where everything clicks. Madden Media was one of our big media partners for this event. Madden Media, connecting people to places. We also want to thank Chinelli Bicycles, and we want to thank O2 Modern Fitness and FitWorks. In addition to that, we want to say thank you to all of our USA Cycling officials who helped us put on what was an absolutely flawless race and an incredible kickoff to the 2013 USA Criterium Championship Series. It went off without a hitch. It was a textbook world-class criterium in downtown Tucson. Guys and girls from USA Cycling, thank you very much. That was truly outstanding. Also, and most importantly, we want to thank the people who came out to watch the race today, because without an incredible crowd, and Tucson is the greatest bike racing spectator crowd in the world, we could not have a fantastic show. Tucson, winter training capital. Guys and girls, thanks for coming out. You guys did a fantastic job. We're getting ready for our podium ceremony. Holy mackerel. We're getting ready for our podium ceremony, and we're going to invite these riders up onto the stage. We're going to have a number of awards to give out in the men's race and in the women's race, and I think we're getting ready to go, aren't we?
We are now. It's go time. We're going to do the presentation for the 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix Women's Professional Race. So without further ado, ladies, you guys ready? They're all talking about, I don't know. That was hard. That was fast. All right. Erica, you guys ready? Leah, you ready? Ready to go? It's showtime. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, here are your top three in the women's professional race here in Tucson. Stop number one of the USA Crits and NCC. In third place, racing for Primal Pro Women, Joni Caron.
It's a celebration.
In second place, racing for Care for Cycling, Tucson, Arizona's Erica Aller.
It's a celebration.
And your 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix presented to you by Optum and Tucson Medical Center. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Optum, presented by Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman.
Let's celebrate. It's all right, baby. We're gonna have a good time tonight. Let's celebrate. It's all right.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your top three, Joni Caron, Erica Aller, and Leah Kurtzman. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Did you guys get all your shots? Did you get them? Good. Awesome. Great. Be careful when stepping down. Oh, Leah, come here. I want you to be a part of a Kurtzman party presented by Optum. If you want to give this to, how about you give these to your team manager there? And you're just going to stand up here, and Genevieve is just going to adorn you with jerseys and stuff. All right, so the first jersey you're going to get is going to be the Transitions Out of Sight jersey, and that's to indicate that you had the longest breakaway. So what you're going to do, Genevieve, let's walk around her. Here, we'll show you how to do it the first time. See, look at that. I can be a podium girl, too. All right. Thanks, Genevieve. There we go. So you're going to zip that up. So, ladies and gentlemen, your Transitions Out of Sight leaders jersey is going to be Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman. Leah? All right, just keep that on. There you go, Genevieve. Yep, we're going to do, she gets like 20 of these, I think, tonight. And ladies and gentlemen, your Maxis best young rider in the U25, you gets it. For, let's just abbreviate it, or what, Optum, Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman. Dun, dun, dun. Your Bike Reg Laps Led leader. You're going to be hot after this. You're going to be like, your Bike Reg Laps leader is going to be, there's going to be a pop quiz here. From Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman. All right, so we've got the. How are you going to do that one, Rachel? Going to slide it over? No. All right, and right now your current National Criterium Calendar overall leader, USA Cycling. It's going to be, drum roll. Well done. For Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman. I think we have
She's going to get heat stroke with all those jerseys on.
And ladies and gentlemen, your current overall. Hold on, let me. There we go. Got that one. Make sure we make room for that one. Ladies and gentlemen, your current 2013 USA Crits Champion Systems overall leader, Optum Kelly Benefit Strategies, Leah Kurtzman. All right, those are your 15 seconds. We're done with you.
If we put any more jerseys on her, then we'll have to roll her off the stage.
It's going to be a weeble. All right, thank you, ladies. All right, so now we're ready for our guys. I think this is going to be. So Ashley's going to be presenting the flowers to the guys, right? So, Tom, have you ever, in all your years of commentary, ever seen somebody walk out with like 15 jerseys?
No, I never have. She could have walked up here wearing a bikini and walked off the stage completely dressed. It was incredible. She won everything. How many jerseys was that? Was that a total of 5?
Yeah. Remember, I'm from North Carolina. We don't do well in counting.
I lost count at 3. I've never seen. I think the only time I've ever seen that happen on a podium before was when it happened to either Eddie Merckx or Bernard Hinault in the Tour de France. It's absolutely amazing.
So do you think the title sponsor of the event's pretty happy with the way things turned out with their race team?
Gonna say yes.
I would say I wouldn't go out on a small limb and say yes. And again, the crowd here, we want to thank. There's still a huge crowd congregating around. We really appreciate you guys. Yeah, you can hoot and holler.
You guys can jump out into the street now. It's all yours. We're gonna give Tucson back to you.
Crash the stage.
So let us. Thanks for letting us borrow the streets of Tucson. Now we've got our men's podium happening
in
right
just
now.
a minute, we're gonna have our men's podium. In 30 seconds, this is, what's the old TV term right there? String it out, baby, string it out, string it out.
Well, I'll tell you, one of the things that has made this race possible is a tremendous amount of local commitment. Tucson is the winter training capital. Professional teams from all over the world come to Tucson to train. They come here for a number of reasons: fantastic roads, great people, a great cycling community. They come here for the mountains. It's an incredible place for the top pro teams to prepare. There's a reason why so many world-class cyclists, triathletes, multi-sport athletes come from Tucson, Arizona. It truly is the winter training capital. And we want to thank Tucson Medical Center and Optum for bringing world-class racing to the streets of Tucson one more time with the Old Pueblo Grand Prix. Also, I want to say a big thank you to you as part of the USA Criterium Championship Series. Having your season opener here really helps put Tucson on the map as the winter training capital.
Yeah, and it comes down to the support you were talking about. I mean, I wouldn't be here talking about bike racing if it wasn't for the tremendous support, again, from Optum. We keep beating it over the head. But a lot of racers just think bike race is just, boom, we got a bike race. Well, no, it takes a lot of energy, time, and passion, and it's proven year after year that Tucson not only is a great destination for cycling, but for pro cyclists, amateurs, and the like. And we had all those kids. I mean, the BMX thing, it was crazy today. I mean, it was just like.
That BMX thing in between the two races, dude, that was killer. I'm from California now, and I've never seen anything like that before. So that was a knockout.
I couldn't watch it. I mean, I occasionally just did this with the. I was like, the kid's 12 and he's like flipping 80 times.
The guy was 8 feet in the air. It was crazy.
I'm serious. That picture I took was like the guy cleared like 40 feet. I mean, he went over the church or whatever.
It was unbelievable.
I'll be right back.
Hey, another group of sponsors that we want to thank for this race is our friends from the Jim Click Automotive team. Jim Click is a cyclist himself. He lives and breathes the sport. He's on board supporting Tucson as the winter training capital. So thanks to our friends from Jim Click and the Jim Click automotive team, where everything clicks. Friends from Optum, the guys and girls at the Tucson Medical Center who have helped out so much in the Optum Tucson Medical Center Old Pueblo Grand Prix. We're going to be moving on here in probably within the next 2 weeks for the USA Criterium Championship Series, as the race series will unfold throughout the rest of the year, leading up to the championship race, the final race of the series in Las Vegas, Nevada, at the end of the racing season. In addition to that, I want to thank all of our friends from Maxxis Tires. A lot of the riders that were out there on the course today were on Maxxis Tires. I mentioned Madden Media. They're a big part of our show here today. And some of the other television sponsors that helped stream the race live, which is a bit of a first, stream the race live all over the United States and all over the world via the internet. So that was a lot of fun, and we enjoyed that throughout the day. So we're waiting a few minutes here. We're going to get our men's riders up on the podium, our top 3 riders, and it looks like they're headed up here right now. Gord Frazier, who is a Tucsonian, I think I see him lurking around back there. We're going to get Gord up here and have a word with him. He was, Gord Frazier was in that, if you think back to the race, there was a 3-rider breakaway that was gone through almost the entire race, and they were off the front. They got up to as much as, I think the biggest gap was 27 seconds. They had about a half a minute on the main field, and one of the guys driving that breakaway was Gord Frazier. Gord Frazier is also the oldest rider in the race, the most experienced guy, and he was the oldest guy at 45 years old. Apparently, age did not slow him down at all.
No, but I felt like I was herding cats back there. It's like, come on, guys. We've been doing this 1,000 times. All right, so without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for the podium of the 2013 Old Pueblo Grand Prix, presented to you by Optum and our great friends at Tucson Medical Center. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you top 3. In third place, racing for Bahati Foundation, Rasan Bahati. In second place, racing for Jameis Hagens Berman, Demi Salema. And year 2013 winner, racing for United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team, Luke Keogh. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your top 3. Rasan Bahati, Bahati Foundation, Demi Saliman, Seamus Hagens Berman, and Luke Keogh, United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team.
Tucson, we want to thank you once again for for just being a fantastic audience. We've got a couple interviews to do, got a few more things going on, so it might be worth sticking around for a couple more minutes here.
All right, so we are gonna, I think we're ready here. All right, so we're now ready for our transitions. Out of sight means this guy raced the most on the front, at the front, all the time. If you live in Arizona, ladies and gentlemen, you know who he is. He races for Body by V, Gord Fraser. Can you? I had a hard time getting up those steps, buddy, didn't you? Step on up there, and let Ashley get that jersey around you. Go up to the top step. You've done this before. There we go. It's a front jersey. It's a back. We zip it in the back. There we go. And trust me, this guy has done this 1,000 times. It's just been a while. Ladies and gentlemen, from Arizona, Body by V, transitions out of sight, Gord Fraser. Thank you, Gord. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are now ready for our final presentations. Our U25 Max's best young rider is going to be Luke Keogh. United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team. Luke, you're getting kind of used to this, aren't you, buddy? So the Max's U25 best young rider is going to be Luke Keogh. Oh, that's it's okay. It still looks good. Want to thank the guys at Maxis and U25. See, you got little pockets that you can put stuff in. Luke Keogh. But wait, you can stay right there. And ladies and gentlemen, your NCC National Criterium Calendar jersey leader is going to be, there you go, Luke. You know which way this one goes? There we go. We got it. Me? Dude, Eaton's cheating. All right, so your NCC overall leader right now, ladies and gentlemen, United Healthcare's Luke Keogh. And the final jersey of the night, ladies and gentlemen, year 2013. Never heard somebody whine so much about wearing so many jerseys. Your champion associate. No, you don't need a diet. Ladies and gentlemen, your USA Crits Champion Systems overall leader, racing for United Healthcare Pro Cycling Team, Luke Keogh. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Jimmy. All right. So that's it. Thank you very much for Tom. Tom, last words before we sign this baby off and go get ourselves a Coke.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say thank you to you for having me back this year. I love this race. I love this town. And I love working with you.
Thank you,
You
Tom.
are awesome.
Bless
Also,
you.
thanks to Tucson. You guys are a great crowd. Optum, Tucson Medical Center, bringing world-class bicycle racing to the streets of Tucson in the old Pueblo Grand Prix. Great to be back.
Thank you, Tom. Hey, so for those of you who are watching us on the live stream and around here in Tucson, thanks a lot for having us. We had a great time. We'll see you next week in Tampa, then Delray. Have a good evening.
Bombadita, 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 bombadita,
Until
bombadita,
we meet
bombadita,
again.
bombadita,
Happy
bombadita,
trails to you.
bombadita, bombadita,
Keep
bombadita,
smiling
bombadita,
until then.
Who cares about the clouds when we're together? Just sing a song and think about sunny weather.
Happy trails to you. Till we meet